I said it might be the reason why Brad gets bogged sometimes. He's cautious, 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 and then full send.
Yeah, we give a full bunya then. Man, we only just got up. Well, good morning guys out there. Hopefully you had a good sleep. We had a bit of a storm last night. We had 7 mil at our house here, and up at the hill it's about 3 k's away. They had like just under 100. So there is water everywhere. So we're just driving out me down the paddock here. I'll show you. There's our cotton. I was going to show you our cotton too, so I'll put the window down for you so you can see. This is our bad bit where the red knob is. But yeah, up here we've had water go over our little haul road up the paddock. It's funny because we didn't get much rain, of course, so, and Jen, my wife, she was real keen. She'd been wanting a bit of water to go into the dam, so we definitely got water in the dam. So this is the outflow, the spillway, I suppose. So the dam is well and truly full, and that then goes down through the paddock. So it's funny because I think we could probably go on the drive in the paddock because of the rain, but you know, the girls will probably go cotton chipping this Arvy. So that's our dam there. The ducks are happy. We've got lots of stubble in there, but that's not cool. I'll just get out and show you this bit of cotton here. I don't know much about it, but so there we go. Apparently it is fruiting, so I'll when the agronomist comes out, I'll try, and if I catch up with him, I'll try and get him to talk about it for you guys. But we can see here a bit of that one there. It's got a bit of colour. I think that was picked up a little bit of turbine and dual gold. That's residual stuff we put out. I think with all the wet weather we've been having, just the storms that sort of washed it in to the root zone of the cotton before it could get established and going. So that's why we're finding a fair bit of stuff that's quite advanced, and then other stuff that's really held back and very small, hence why we put the fertiliser on. So anyway, we'll go on to the next adventure. Oh, can hear thunder. Oh well, Robbo's going to be pleased. I'm using his grader again. He's gonna oh, we sort of don't. The problem is we don't have a spare tractor at the moment. They're all at the wrong property and it's wet, so I'll planning to try and tow one of those tanks with this grader if we can get the hitch to fit up on the back here. So yeah, hopefully it fits through there. So anyway, we'll go and have a try.
Well everybody, I think Brad's given a description of what his plans are here, but I'm just wandering through, so I grabbed the GoPro and we'll see if he muffs this up. So as you can see, there's a bit of damp stuff around, so we don't want to get too close to that, but we've got to, because of that, we've basically got to back around this corner a bit. So and yeah, the good old graders not being used for grading, but you got to do what you got to do. Yeah, she just... Oh, it's a pain sometimes. If you go off the formed road, it's all over basically. Take two. I don't know if he wants me to guide him or what. Don't know where I'm meant to be. I'll be in the wrong spot, I'm sure. Making progress at least. That's a interesting manoeuvre, but it may pay off. Look at that. I think, guys, we just witnessed sometimes how Brad gets bogged. It's there's caution, 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 and then it hits a full send mode. So I think that's what happened there. But it paid off this time, so I don't know, he might work off a 50-50 ratio. He's probably happy with that. 50% of the time it's no good and 50% of the time it works. The storm that came through, there was like 50 mil here, halfway down where we've got a weather station was only like 12 mil. And then way down the other end, where the other bore tank is, yeah, virtually, well, not much, or I think it's going to be right to go. So we're taking this down, and that way Johnny can get going down the back block, and yeah, we can still go while we're waiting for this front section to dry out. You don't see it every day though. Anyway, here's Brad. I said it might be the reason why Brad gets bogged sometimes. He's cautious, 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 and then full send.
Yeah, we give a full bunya then. Man, we only just got up. Well, we got unhooked here. Johnny helped me unhook the old girl. We certainly tested her out a bit. Going up the hills a bit. So anyway, the things you do when you don't have enough tractors. Or they're busy, I should say. I didn't think the little JX was going to do it at the moment. It's 100 horsepower, or 95, so with the soft ground, I would have been stuck. I'm just backing up here. Johnny's just filling up there. Takes about 20 to 30 minutes to fill up. Anyway, I'll try and park this back where Robbo won't notice, although if I don't have one the blade set right, he'll notice. And they get no flies on him. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed some of the yeah, different things, chaos and madness. We'll catch you later.
What is happening is, where Brad left it was he was doing some wild things with the grader, trying to move the nurse tanks around. But yeah, so we ended up, got a little bit of rain and that again, so yeah, we got going for about half an hour and then had to pull up again. But we are going again now. Now we have had some hiccups today. I was just a bit busy trying to get them all sorted to pick up the camera, but One was the GPS here was given trouble and cutting out and just resetting itself and doing all funny things. Thinking it possibly was a corrupted file, the map, and because I deleted that, like our current job we were on, I deleted that, and I've been on here for about half an hour and it's been fine. So anyway, we'll call that a win for the minute until that plays up again. So I haven't actually, this is the first time I've driven this the gas rig with this new system on, with the Topcon system and the Raven controller. So yeah, it's actually seems to be working really good. So this is the same screen that we use for planting, and yeah, so we just swapped that out. We've got the same harness at each tractor and we can just swap that out, and yeah, so we're sort of half used to it already because it's a similar layout obviously to the planting side, and yeah, you just enter in the rate you want to go at and away you go. So it's making it really a lot more simple. The biggest problem, I'm not sure if we mentioned it before, but the old system we had on here was just like a dial that you had back on the machine there, so you had to work it out and guess, and then you'd set your speed, so you couldn't change your speed, otherwise the rate would be a heap higher or lower. And yeah, what was happening was we've got a lot more country now that has got these contour banks or rocks or whatever it is, and what's happening is you find that so you don't use a heap of gas, you've got to sort of keep your speed up going over them, but it's just rough on everything. So you really just want to slow down when you're near rocks or contours, and being variable rate, we can do that without just dumping a heap of gas where we don't need to. So anyway, that's where we're at the minute. So yeah, I'm just testing this still, making sure this is going to be all good to go, and then Johnny's going to take over. He's currently just on the cultivator, that new John Shearer cultivator with the Steiger, and he's just going around some of the contour banks and cultivating them, and then they'll dry out for a bit, and then Robbo can get the grader and he can grade along the contour banks and just smooth them all off, and get a bit of silt out of them and that sort of thing. So that's the plan, and yeah, I think that's all it is for the minute. Johnny's nearly finished up there, so he's going to take over from me very shortly, but I don't actually know. I vaguely remember leaving you guys on a bit of a cliffhanger probably, I don't know, 2-3 videos ago, and that was about the front wheel of this 280. I left the video and basically we had that all pulled apart and we didn't know what we were going to do because we couldn't easily get parts for it in time and we needed the tractor. So what we ended up doing was we did have spare bearings and planetary bearings from that side from about maybe 3 years ago when
I think it was still this left-hand side one. It went kaput basically, or it actually locked up, but it locked up for only like a meter and then released. But we didn't like that, obviously, so we pulled it all apart. There was nothing actually obvious, no real damage. But we put all new bearings in and we did both sides, because it was obviously, we were thinking, well, if that one went or something happened there, we don't want that happening on the other side. So we didn't use the bearings that came out of that one, obviously. We used the bearings that came out of that side, which were quite good, and we kept them, which is not something we usually do, but we just thought, anyway, for whatever reason, we kept them, and they turned out to come in very handy. So they got put in that day, and yeah, we were able to get the gassing happening again. So yeah, sometimes it is handy to keep old bits and pieces, but you can't do that too much, because otherwise you can't use your workshop because it's full of junk. Anyway, so we're monitoring that. It did get hot a couple of times. We put a couple of fresh lots of oil through it, and it seems to be running okay now. So yeah, we're just desperately hoping that can hold out till the end of gassing, and we've got other bearings ordered, but they may not be here for another few weeks. So that is where that is at. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you in the next one.